Hello everybody, I'm Storm here, and today we're going to be starting up a new series, playing a game that is very special to me personally, and that game is Warzone 2100. Now this series is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do, as I'm only going to have time to record this series once a week, so there's only going to be one episode a week on this one. So this is going to be my first attempt at maybe just doing a weekly series as opposed to an every other day series. So we'll see how it goes. Now that brings me to the question of what is Warzone 2100, because some of you may not be familiar with it. Warzone 2100 is an RTS game, a real-time strategy game that was developed by a company called Pumpkin Studios and released by Eidos for the PC and PlayStation game consoles in 1999. So this is a pretty old game. Now what makes Warzone 2100 so special? For once, it's probably the first real RTS I ever played, in that I had played PC games before, but I had really never been a big PC gamer. I mean, I played like SimCity and Civilization and Microsoft Flight Simulator and stuff like that on PC, but most of my gaming was done on console. And in fact, I actually first encountered this game on the PlayStation version, and then quickly discovered that there was a PC version and how much better it was in the PlayStation version, because RTS on consoles isn't that good. And so I discovered it, and it has really kind of opened up a lot of things for me. I mean, it is for this game that I installed a video card in my computer for the first time, figured out how to do that, and that eventually led to me learning how to assemble my own computers. This game, I got involved in the fan community, I got involved in making mods for it, all kinds of stuff like that. So this kind of marks the point where I started switching from a console gamer to a PC gamer, and is part of the reason why I'm doing this stuff now. So now, what also is kind of different about this game is that it had a lot of things going for it as far as an RTS goes. It was one of the first RTS to use full 3D models. I think Total Annihilation had used full 3D models prior to this, but this was, right up there. It has a very extensive, detailed tech tree. One of the big elements is the modular unit design system that allows you to basically create your own custom units, that I've never really seen any other RTS do since. It also used a persistent base and persistent army, which we didn't see anybody doing until the Homeworld series. And it was built from the ground up to support modding for the multiplayer side of things. So that was another thing that was going for it. But this game is pretty largely ignored and overlooked in the history of RTS games in general, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, Eidos kind of pushed this game out the door before it was ready, so it had a lot of technical problems when it first came out. Also, Eidos then didn't really support it at all and didn't market it at all. So basically they pushed it in the market and left it there to die. But the game did build a dedicated fan base. Pumpkin Studios, the developer of the game, did get like one patch out for it before they started working on their next project, which then Eidos promptly canceled and killed the studio. So that pretty much put the game in video game limbo. But the fan community didn't let it die there. They continued working, and in 2004, they were actually able to get Eidos to release the source code of the game to the community, to the fan base. So this game is fully open sourced and free to download for anybody who wants to play it. And I'll have a link to the website where you can download the game in my video description. And they have been working on continuing to develop and improve the game, and this is currently the 3.2.1 version of the game that actually just came out a couple of months ago. So, without much more talking, let's go ahead and get it started. Let's watch the intro cutscenes. It'll set up the premise and story and everything that's going on in the game. And just to note, this game was developed in 1999 when resolutions were a lot smaller than they are now, and in the 4:3 aspect ratio, so the video is going to be a little pixelated and stretched a bit. So, you know, we just have to put up with that. All right, well, let's go ahead and do it.
The NASDA system was developed to protect us. It was to be the ultimate nuclear deterrent. As it turned out, it was our executioner. Reports said that NASDA developed a fault during a routine systems check. Don't believe it. Someone wanted it to take us out. Those nukes were targeted on every major city around the world. NASDA was programmed to start the collapse. When the counter-strikes launched, its laser defenses and anti-missile ground sites failed. The world as we knew it ended. The nuclear winter hit hard. Disease and famine claimed most of us who had survived the nuclear strikes. Wars over cans of dog food took even more. We'd fled Seattle early in '86. We'd heard that the Rocky Mountains were relatively rad-free. After fighting off bands of marauders, we came across the base. Its personnel were dead, killed by any one of a number of virulent diseases. We cracked the doors and cleared out the bodies inside. We knew that things would never be the same again. But we were determined to build a new world out of the ruins. We rebuilt the landing pads and brought the old systems back online. We were finally ready to begin the project.
Transport destinations follow. Alpha, Western Sector. Beta,
Alpha, you are cleared to take off. Check. Good luck and good hunting.
Approaching landing zone. Team Alpha, your briefing commences. Commander, you lead Team Alpha, one of 3 expeditionary teams sent out by the project to recover artifacts from before the collapse. Your destination lies in the Western Zone. Commander, you are to establish a base in this sector. Once the base is established, begin your search for a pre-collapse structure located in this sector. This building is believed to contain advanced neural synapse technology that is vital to the success of the project. Power resource.
All right, and so we are in, and as you see, we are Team Alpha of the project, and we're trying to go out and find some of the remnants of the technology of the old world before the collapse, the nuclear destruction of the world, and try to rebuild a new society. Alright, so these little guys right here are our primary combat vehicles at the moment. They have 4 of them. These are our trucks that build stuff. So, and down here you have our power, which is our primary and only resource. There's only a single resource in this game. And you just zoom out and spin around. Yep, so full 3D environment. Now, what I'm probably just going to do is go ahead and start getting some stuff built. We're going to go ahead and build a command center. So let's go ahead and go do that. Let's go stick it over there. Let's watch them build that. And what this will do is activate our minimap, because we don't have any minimap right now. And as you notice, the interface is pretty small. Again, because the interface was originally designed for a much smaller resolution.
Construction completed.
So, you know, there's only so much that can be done so far. I mean, they do have the source code. They could probably work on it, but they might have to, like, rebuild the engine before they could start doing stuff like that. Alright, now what we also want to do is I want to build a power generator, which I'm going to stick up there. Oh, no. Everybody get on that. Now for power generation we need oil, and over here is an oil well, which we'll need to build an oil derrick on in order to begin extracting the oil from the well to feed to our power plants to generate power. But we're not going to do that quite yet. The other thing I want to build is a research center. Go ahead and build that. And if I hold in shift and go into the build menu, I can then build out some new things. I want to build a couple of, or at least one factory. Do I want to build another factory?
Construction completed.
I don't want to move too far from here because if we once we start moving this way, we're going to hit another cutscene, and it's actually going to start a mission timer, and it's going to activate the enemies. So I don't necessarily want to do that just yet. So this is the rally point for that factory. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to start queuing up a bunch of guys to build. Where could I stick? Oh, I don't want to do that. Still trying to find a place I could try and stick another factory. I mean, that could work. For now, I can always reposition it later.
Production completed. Construction completed.
Alright, so let's start building out. Build those guys out.
Production completed.
Gonna burn up as much of the power reserve that I have right now. I'm gonna call you guys
Production completed.
Group 0. I'm gonna call you Group 9. I'm gonna throw a truck in there.
Production completed. Production completed.
Got another one. Got 6 seconds. So the next one comes out.
Production completed.
Alright, 1 more from this batch. 3 more from that one.
Production completed.
Right, wait for this one to come out, and then we'll go ahead and get the rest of the mission rolling.
Production completed.
Alright, so go ahead. I'm going to assign these to Group 1, and then start driving them this way.
Briefing commences. Scavenger raiders are approaching our base. Defend the base, then destroy the scavenger camps. Mission timer activated.
All right.
Group 9 reporting.
Group 9, get over here.
Production
Group 1,
completed.
Group 1 reporting.
let's push.
Unit under
Wipe
attack.
out these scavengers. This should be enough force for me
Unit
to
under attack.
knock out several of the first couple of scavenger outposts.
Unit under attack. Construction completed. Scavenger outpost detected. Unit under attack. Artifact detected. Production completed.
There's an artifact. That little green thing right there.
Under attack. Artifact recovered.
Wipe out those guys. Oh, and there's another oil derrick. We'll blow that up. He does another oil well.
Eradicated. Power resource.
Oh, there's some more scavengers. Alright, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to select these two guys that got damaged. Hit Control
Production
R,
completed.
and that'll order them to go recycle. One other small issue with this game is the unit pathfinding. Oh, there he goes. There they go. Okay.
Group 1 reporting.
I got...
Unit under attack.
Group 1 reporting.
Unit under attack.
Go ahead and attack those
Unit
guys.
under attack.
Alright, now... let's build out a few more of these guys. Group
Group 9
9.
reporting.
Group 9, head up here. Go build that oil derrick.
Group 1 reporting. Group
Now,
1
if we look at the group here, and you see the health bar of the unit, and then there's a little symbol right next to them, that indicates their experience level. The units gain experience as you kill enemies.
Production
And
completed.
those two guys that I sent
Production
to
completed.
recycle. Now, if we look at the new guys that have come out,
Unit
they
under
have
attack.
experience markers because the guys,
Group 1 reporting.
essentially the tank commanders,
Unit under attack. Construction
that were
completed.
in those units transferred to the new vehicles that got built. So, tell you to go recycle because I can't repair them yet.
Production completed.
Group 1
Group
reporting.
1,
Production
get
completed.
these guys. We can do research. So we're going to research the hardened machine gun bullets.
Group 1 reporting.
Group 1. Everybody come over here. And every time you send someone to recycle, make sure that you build them back out. Because I... Oh, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. We want a couple of these guys.
Group 1 reporting.
So I seem to remember that if you save it and reload, you could possibly lose those queued up experienced units. And the experienced units
Unit under
are
attack.
important to keep.
Major research completed. Scavenger base detected. Unit under attack. Production completed. Unit under attack. Production completed.
Sweep through this base, destroy everything.
Unit under attack.
Ooh, almost lost a guy
Base
there.
Eradicated. Power resource.
You
Scavenger
go
base
home.
Detected.
Pick that
Artifact recovered.
artifact. Research the better machine gun
Group 1
bullets.
reporting.
Group
Group 0
0.
reporting.
Build a new research facility. Actually, let's build it over here. Just to keep it out of the way. You're starting to run low on power.
Group 1 reporting.
Let's make sure...
Group 1 reporting.
One.
Construction completed.
Alright, we finished our construction, so let's go ahead and tell these guys to research the flamer. There's a new weapon module.
Production completed.
Not sure I'm going to use the flamers, but...
Group 0 reporting. Group 9
Group
reporting.
9, come up here. Alright, Group 1.
Reporting.
Oh, got an enemy.
Group 1 reporting.
Production completed.
Let's swing them in here. Let's wipe these guys
Unit
out.
under attack.
Group 1 reporting.
Major research completed.
Oh, more enemies.
Unit under attack.
No problem. Okay, so let's actually move down in here, and you see these little gray things right here? Those are oil barrels.
Construction
They are an
completed.
instantaneous infusion of power. So you got a little bit more power down there. So we want to grab those
Major
if you can find
research
them.
completed.
Ooh, new research completed. Let's work on the Mark II APDSB machine gun
Group 1
bullets.
reporting.
That'll be like what? Armor piercing, discarding, sabo something.
Group 1 reporting.
All right, Group 1. Do we have any new units?
Group 1 reporting.
Actually, let
Unit
me-
under attack.
Ooh, ooh.
Group 1 reporting.
All right, Group 1. Launch an attack on this outpost.
Unit under attack. Unit under attack. Artifact
Swing
detected.
around here.
Artifact detected.
Kill the
Unit
guard
under
towers.
attack. Scavenger base eradicated.
Ooh, these two guys need to go back for recycling.
Group 1 reporting.
The rest of Group 1 move down here. And actually what I'm going to do is... let me queue up the... Actually, we'll wait for those guys to get back a little bit. I'm going to right-click on these units, and I'm going to switch them over to Hold Fire. Because I want to move down into... There's another scavenger outpost here. But I don't want to completely destroy it, because when I completely destroy it, it ends the mission, and I'd like to
Unit
get
under attack.
a little bit more work done before the mission ends. So I'm going to manually target these
Unit
guys.
under attack. Scavenger base detected. Unit
Alright,
under
attack
attack.
these guys, destroy the guard towers.
Unit under attack.
Alright, blow up that wall. Blow up that wall.
Unit
Blow up
under attack.
that.
Artifact detected.
Alright, destroy that flamer tower. Destroy that flamer tower. Ooh, don't want to blow up that. That is their power generator.
Artifact recovered.
There we go. Okay, so let's swoop through this base. Let's destroy all this. These are just like old wrecked structures. Just get rid of them. This is just junk. I got some oil barrels. Let's swing in there. Alright, let's make sure that we build out a few more
Group 1
units.
reporting.
And we want to get to work on research. We want to research engineering. Alright, so these guys, I'm actually going to bring them all the way back. Bring them all the way back over here.
Production completed. Research completed. Production completed.
I'm going to move the rally points over there. Move these guys. Alright, so
Group
Group
1
1. Add these guys to Group 1. Now, we can build a lot more factories, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to build... Ooh.
Production completed.
Machine gun guard
Production
towers.
completed.
Well, those are important. I want to build that. And that. And... probably will want to build... lots more factories. So we can really crank the units out.
Construction completed. Major research completed. Major research completed.
There we go. Ooh. Mobile repair turret, that is very important. And tank traps. Not nearly as important, but we'll still research it anyway.
Construction completed.
So the mobile repair turret will allow us to build units that can repair our other units in the field. Oh, this is a strong. Wrecked cars. Get rid of these old buildings.
Construction completed.
So you guys are all group 1.
Major research completed. Major research completed.
Group 1 reporting.
Group 1. So now we've researched that turret. So let's go into the design window. And we want to click on this for a new design. We only have the Viper body available. We only have wheels available. We will get other bodies and propulsion methods later. And we're going to switch over to systems and repair turret. So there's a repair turret, Viper wheels. And I'm just going to call this repair units. And these are our main machine gun Viper wheels. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's build out a couple of the repair tanks. They're much more expensive for power than our typical machine gun guys, but... Oh, we can only build 5. Okay, so we can only build 5 factories. Alright, that's fine. So then the rally over there. So then I can probably build... While we're working on it, let's build another... Actually, one thing we want to get to work on right now are machine gun guard towers. So what I'm going to want to do, if I hold in shift, you can build multiples. I'm going to start construction of these guard towers along the southern area.
Production completed.
Because I do know that in subsequent missions, the area south of the base opens up and enemies can come up on this ridge. So I will have guard towers there ready to kill them.
Construction completed.
Alright, and so over here, I want these guys to build a few guard towers. Let's just build 3 guard towers to protect that oil derrick. Build a couple of guard towers to protect this
Construction
pass.
completed.
And then head over there.
Construction completed.
Yep, there we go. You can see our little guys are over there repairing everybody.
Construction completed.
You actually just move over here. Sometimes you just have to help the pathfinding out a little bit. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and say, you're all group 1. We're all nice and healthy now.
Group 1
Using
reporting.
group 1, 22 units.
Construction completed.
That's good for now. You know, these guard towers are expensive for power, so we are now out of power. And so every point of power we generate then gets distributed into one of these. And what I'm also going to want to do is have these guys build a few guard towers over here. Alright, so we have 46 minutes left in the mission, and all we really need to do to finish the mission is go and blow up that building right there, and then it'll end the mission. But we're at 30 minutes right now, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this episode here and the recording. When we come back, I'll probably have all of these guard towers built out because I'm not going to make you sit here and watch as those power generators slowly builds these things out. So we'll take care of that, and then once we're ready to start the next mission, we will come back. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.